broadcasting on the auxiliary channel.
Hello, auxiliary channel. This is what I'm writing.
That is in your head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Everything I do, I assume that whether it works or doesn't work. Like this webcast is a really good example. You know, it's an experiment. A lot of things aren't going to work. Nothing's ever perfect. I mean, I think actually, I think I'd be really bored.
Yeah.
I think nothing would be interesting, actually.
Yeah. If you knew it was going to work, there'd be no point in doing it.
Well, and also
artistically.
perfection is very boring. Perfection, I mean, it doesn't really exist, but I find that when things go according to plan perfectly, they don't feel as real. And so
They're ugly and boring.
Steven.
Last question before we go to our drinking game. Interactive World Wide Web drinking game. What made you choose Radiohead as your magical album? Says Emily.
That's a good question. So regarding the album, it was funny. Sean, who's unfortunately not here, but he's on his way.
Hi, Sean.
Sean's driving. He's probably not watching, but he's on his way here. He sent over a header for the mailer. I emailed everybody a couple of days ago saying, like, this is the deal, the album's coming out, blah, blah, blah. And he sent me a header with, like, the Radiohead bear with the teeth. And I'm such a non-Radiohead fan that I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't know Radiohead's logo. And I think, there are certain bands that I love and I don't consider myself a fan of. And I think actually the bigger the band, the easier it is to feel that way. Like, I love a lot of U2 songs, but I would never call myself a U2 fan.
I love Björk songs, but I wouldn't call myself a fan.
It's kind of the same way. So I know a lot of Radiohead music from having heard it. Like the first album I heard was OK Computer when I was in college. And just that album became a soundtrack for me my senior year of college, so it would have been 1997.
My grade 10.
It was Steven. And I'm kind of a weirdo. Like when I listen to albums that I like, I don't necessarily go out and listen to other things by that band. I just am very excited that I found that album and I liked it.
I'm thinking ahead. You stay.
Bye, Steven.
Let's follow this guy.
And so I really loved OK Computer, and I listened to it over and over and over and over again that year, and it became like a huge soundtrack for me. But then I didn't really get into other Radiohead music until, you know, I didn't go digging back. I don't think I really bought the Bends until I was in my mid-20s. And I sort of gradually discovered their music, and I didn't fully listen to Pablo Honey until I was working